advice and a dedication to our graduates, we request you to kindly listen carefully and enjoy. Thank you.
Brothers and sisters, we see you standing at the exit. The university soon to exit. As you stride in parade to the podium on merit, your name's rightfully on the list. Set your career ship on the sails. Go ye and set the pace. Go ye to conquer the space. It is time. Time for them to see. Time they see true emancipators.
Samchi team, let's come to the front.
Time they see
the team from Samchi.
Thoroughbred innovators.
Everyone from Samchi.
As they see you start small and grow, that is the way to go. Start ye and set the pace. Start ye and conquer the space.
Jimmy, Hosea, the whole team from Samchi. Can we come to the front?
Get employed. Shy not from climbing the job group ladder. Perpetuate your focus. Stay away from the hocus pocus. Steady your ship. While they marvel at your leadership, even call you to brinkmanship. Steer past the slippery, slopey steps and steps. Proudly step the pace. Proudly conquer the space. Brothers and sisters, you know the skills, know all the drills, picked and packed first-hand from the industry, hospitality industry,
the next, I invite the University Management Board,
engineering industry,
University Management Board, kindly come to the front,
technological industry, ICT and IT, business industry, accounting, finance, and commerce. Move up, never fading. As they watch you upgrading, let them watch you set the pace, watch you conquer the space. Finally, they will ask.
There are also the students who received an internship from Samchi. Kindly come to the front.
Tell them, from this classic institution, with classic education, tell them, it is world class. Tell them, we give assurance to life outside class. Tell them, it is our competency-based approach to training, leveraging on industry partnership, bringing the spirit of entrepreneurship, inspiring innovation, and employment promotion. Tell them you're from Zetech University. Gracias.
Twasherehekea wanafunzi wetu
leo wahitimu.
Twasherehekea wanafunzi wetu
leo wahitimu. Wanafunzi wetu.
Members of clergy.
Kazi na Mungu awape afya njema.
Thank you so much, Fannis. We'll now move to listen to speeches from the various people who are supposed to address us. Before we get to that, I have two quick announcements. As I had mentioned during the beginning of the program, this event is being streamed live in all our social media pages. So for those of you who have friends and relatives who have not been able to come to the graduation square today, kindly notify them that they can be able to view the same event on our Facebook page, on our YouTube page, and on our Twitter page. And also our official hashtag for this graduation is Zetech Graduation 2019, for those of you who are in the Twitter universe. Again, a reminder to all of us that you're able to watch the same event on our official social media handles, that is on Facebook, on Twitter, and on Instagram, on the official university pages. At this point, as mentioned, we shall proceed to listen to the various speakers of the day, and we shall start by listening to a speech by the 2019 class Valedictorian. I request her to come to the front as I read her details. The class Valedictorian for the year 2019 is Elizabeth Wajiro Jogona. Elizabeth has achieved a first-class honors. Can you come to the front? Elizabeth achieved a first-class honors in her course and was equally an active member in the university's community activities. Karibu, Elizabeth.
Thank you. The Chancellor, Professor Susan Alfano Nkinyangi, our guest of honor, Mr. Kariuki Ngari, the Chairman, Board of Trustees, Engineer Ken Buki, Chairman and Member of the University Council, Mr. Mohamed Hassan, the Vice Chancellor, Professor Jenga Munene, members of the Zetech University Management Board and Senate, Zetech University staff and students, our dear parents and guardians, my fellow graduates, distinguished guests, good morning. My name is Elizabeth Wanjiru Juguna, and I'm privileged to address this congregation on this special day. On behalf of the graduating class of 2019, I'm very excited to see all of you seated here, especially my family and friends, as we celebrate one of the most important days of our lives. Today marks the start of a new journey, and it's prudent that we appreciate the university leadership and faculty for taking us through campus life. I wish to thank our Chancellor, the University Council, and Management Board for your leadership in ensuring we receive the best education in the country. We understand it takes a lot of planning, investment, and commitment to ensure that an institution of this status successfully achieves its objectives. To our VC, Professor Munene, we appreciate you for your day-to-day running of affairs that guaranteed uninterrupted learning throughout our life at Zetech. Dr. Alice, our dear DVC academics, my class will forever thank you for steering the registry and faculty in providing us with quality teaching and practical learning to transform us into capable graduates who will change the world. We must also appreciate those who keep this wonderful institution clean and impeccable. The administrators, office assistants, matrons, and the rest of the staff. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot miss to celebrate and appreciate our parents and guardians for the sacrifices they made for us and the choice to invest in us. May God honor you for your sacrifice. Asanteni sana. My fellow graduates, I remember our lecturers who through their different styles of teaching taught us our units and trained us in making presentations through our final projects. I remember those who were strict, like Mr. Raphael Mkudia, who excellently delivered his points after ensuring we attended class on time and gave in our assignments within stipulated deadlines. I also recall the likes of Mr. Moses Odongo, who was friendly and easy to talk to, even on the corridors. Such memories, coupled with our interesting group assignments and fun campus events, generate a bit of nostalgia even as we celebrate this beautiful day. Ladies and gentlemen, a few years we gathered here for orientation, green and full of unanswered questions. Some of us did not want to be here, while for some, Zetech was the university they had been longing to join. Some of us did not know who we were, while others already knew the kind of person they desired to become. Now here we are. A lot of that has changed. We have learned not just the requisite coursework, but also a lot about ourselves. We have also unlearned a lot, having survived the classes, assignments, cuts, and the exams that seemed so doubting at that time. We risk making the wrong choices, we risk disappointment, but more than that, we risk failing if we don't try. The truth is that having a degree or diploma does not mean we have our lives figured out, but that we are a step ahead, having benefited from training, mentorship, and life skills imparted during our time on campus. Going forth, let's define success on our own terms. Let us rise with even more grip after every fall. And let us actualize the ambition cradled within us. Remember that you are the pioneer of your own dreams. Let nothing crush your ambitions, dreams, goals, and hopes. I leave us with a quote that says, "Do not follow where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail." Thank you once again for the opportunity to speak on behalf of my esteemed class of 2019. Once we receive the powers to read and write, let us make a difference wherever we go. Congratulations and thank you.
Thank you so much, Elizabeth. I now invite Sylvia Wanjiru Jogona, the chair of the Students Association.
The Chancellor, Zetech University, Professor Susan Alfano Kinyagi, our guest of honor, Mr. Karaoke Ngari, CEO and MD, Standard Chartered Bank, Chairman of the University Council, Mr. Muhammad Hassan, members of the University Council, the Chairman, University of Board of Trustees, Engineer Ken Byuki, the Vice Chancellor, Zetech University, Professor Njenga Munene, members of the University Management Board, members of the Senate, parents and guardians, staff and students, graduates, and our distinguished guests, good morning. My name is Sylvia Wanjiru, the chairperson of the Zetech University Student Association. I take this opportunity to congratulate our graduating class of 2019 as they step out into the market to continue the wonderful journey that they started a few years ago. Indeed, we can all attest to the fact that the campus journey has not been easy. You should feel proud and applaud yourselves for the sacrifices made, the discipline maintained, and the relationship built that enabled you to accomplish this achievement. Congratulations. Madam Chancellor, on behalf of the student leadership, we are grateful to the Council, Management Board, and the faculty for their unwavering commitment to make Zetech a world-class institution of learning. We also acknowledge and congratulate Madam Esther Mushemi for attaining an honorary degree in business entrepreneurship. You are an extraordinary woman we look up to and learn from. Buana VC, thank you for being a powerful example of great leadership, working relentlessly to make Zetech the best university. We appreciate the open door policy and the unhindered access to you and the Office of the Student Affairs. I appreciate the staff and the heads of department. You are not only approachable, but you serve as mentors we can look up to and emulate. As ZUSA, we recognize the evident growth we are enjoying every day as a result of partnership with the public and the private sector, industry tours and public lectures by leading corporate leaders such as Madam Mushemi and the CEO of Seaton Investment Company, Mr. Edward Ndande, among other local and international leaders. Additionally, we have noted an increase in guidance and counseling in securing industry attachment and internships, which encourages us that Zetech cares about us. Ladies and gentlemen, the student body is also impressed by the increased investment in talent development and mentorship at Zetech University. We are certain that we will excel in all spheres of life. As we conclude, I wish to assure the students of our commitment to serve to the leadership. You have our endless support in fulfilling the mission and vision of this institution. We look forward to working with you as we strive to invent the future of Zetech fraternity. To our graduates, one of my favorite quotes says, "Stay hungry, stay foolish. Don't take failures personally. Look at them as opportunities to learn and grow. You can't connect the dots looking forward. You only connect them looking backwards. Remember, Rome wasn't built in a day. Give yourselves time to grow, build helpful relationships, and trust God in all you do. This is a call to put your best feet forward and make a difference in the world. I wish you all the best as you start your journeys." Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sylvia. Madam Chancellor, allow me to take this opportunity to invite the apple of Zetech's eye, the pride of Zetech, one of our alumni who we pride in. The alumni is none other than the chief editor, investigative series in KTN, Mr. Hussein Mohammed. Karibu sana.
Thank you. The Chancellor, Professor Susan Alfano Kunyagi, our guest of honor, Mr. Ngari, the Chairman, Board of Trustees, Engineer Ken Mbuki, Chairman and members of the University Council, Mr. Mohammed Hassan, Vice Chancellor, Professor Njenga Munene, members of the Zetech University Management Board and Senate, Zetech University staff and students, our dear parents and guardians, my fellow graduates, distinguished guests, good morning, class of 2019. Before I begin my speech, allow me to recognize my colleagues from the Standard Group led by the head of production, Nico Tieno, back there. Almost Almost a decade ago, I was staring to this podium as speakers noted with excellence and optimism the life you're going to face out there. The first few pages of my curriculum vitae is characterized by my life here at Zetech University. From a school photographer, head of radio, chairman of journalism, features writer, the list is endless. This is what the market wants, to be genuine and honest. Honesty is really good business. There's no competition. Growing up from an intern at KTN News to a reporter, then a crimes and investigative editor, I have learned that the job market is like a snake that is difficult to charm. Going out to the job market is not a 100 meters race. Trust me, it is a marathon. Do not expect instant gratifications. Do not take shortcuts. Be passionate. Ladies and gentlemen, my fellow comrades, this is the day we change. This is the day we translate talk to action and commitment. We might find words of what has been previously unspoken, but what has gone unspoken has not gone unnoticed. We say in this kind of functions that we believe in investing in human capital, but we forget the most important adjective, human. What makes us human? Look for a balance between your personal life and your career. Take that time to give that firm handshake, to look someone in the eye and connect. You never know who will become your future friend, co-worker, or employer. So it's crucial to always be genuine. Join a club that interests you, or better, start a new club. I don't mean Arsenal or Manchester. Clubs that define your personal life. Comrades, take calculated risks. The Zetech University class you are part of, the past graduates to the future graduates to come, all of us stands for the same values: community, respect, spirit, wisdom. Never let that fade. So as you walk out of those doors, remember you always represent the values you learned here. Once a Zetech comrade, always an optimistic comrade. On behalf of the Zetech alumni, congratulations. I welcome you to the extended family of the alumni. And above all, remember, you have a home. Thank you very much. God bless Zetech. God bless me.
Thank you, Mr. Hussein. Madam Chancellor, I'm requested by my co-MC to speak on behalf of the staff briefly. Now, it is not lost on us that we are only successful if those behind us have succeeded. And we are proud to say that when we see graduates, we feel a sense of success. In the words of Michael Kijana Wamalwa, today, if it were in the ancient Athens, this is a day that will only be said to be meant for God, heroes, and legends. Today, it is meant for you graduates. To Dr. Esther Muchemi, this is what I would like to tell you, and I quote Winston Churchill: never have so many owed so much to so few. Congratulations. To graduates, as I conclude, after being in the kitchen of learning, you've been choked by smoke of financial strains. You've sweat through the heat of intensive and extensive learning. Now we are in the dining table of achievement. Let's have a toast of success. Let's drink from the chalice of innovation and technology. Let's dine from the plate of knowledge and creativity as we wipe our lips with the serviettes of wisdom. As I conclude, as always, we wish you success. For success, wish to successful successors like you succeed successfully. As always, always keep this in your mind. We always cheer you. We will cheer you up. And personally, I will be your cheerleader. Thank you. Karibu Bwana Moses.
It's my pleasure now to welcome the Vice Chancellor to give his address. Karibu, Prof.
The super architect, the maker of heaven and earth, ensured that he designed us with one central microphone and 2 receivers on the sides. I am humbly requesting this congregation that the students, the graduates, that they respect their own event by using their ears more and less of the other organ. Because I know you are a wonderful team and we have journeyed together very well and we want to conclude very, very effectively. I take this opportunity to acknowledge the presence of Professor Susan Nikinyangi, the Chancellor, Dr. Esther Muchemi, our chief guest, Karaoke Ngare, our council chair, Hassan Mohammed, our BOT chair, Ken Buki, MP for Mala, Kaleke Mbuki, Honorable Kaleke Mbuki, board member Bernard Budi, Joseph Keiro, Evelyn Ogendo, and Barkus Vasein. I want to acknowledge the presence of Edith Muhindi from Barclays, Elizabeth Wama, Christine Molanda, Mascot Mwaura, Professor Victoria Wamboi, that's a VC JQuat. May I kindly request all the Vice Chancellors, by the way, to stand, all the Vice Chancellors who are here. The Vice Chancellors who are here. Professor Mindamba, we call him the Paramount Chief of the private university. He is the Vice Chancellor of KCA University. Then we have Victoria Ngumi. That is the mother of Zetech University, because Zetech University was nurtured by JQuat. Victoria Ngumi, thank you very much for coming. Deputy Vice Chancellors from other universities, please. Deputy Vice Chancellors. That is Alexander Kahi, one of the best researchers in Kenya in livestock production. The Vice Chancellor of Academic Affairs, Egerton University, which was my previous immediate employer. Thank you, Alexander. May I request other guests, my friends who have come to rise. My friends to rise. I want to acknowledge all of them. Can we clap for them? Members of my family, I think they are scattered all over the place. The lady standing next to the DVC is the mother of my children and the grandmother to my grandchildren. And the firstborn, my first grandchild is young Munene, the next Vice Chancellor of Zetech 20 years down the line. We want to acknowledge the Barclays team. Can the Barclays team stand? From the bank, led by Muhindi, we want to acknowledge and thank you for coming. The team from KTN, they were here, but can they stand? KTN team. Then members of clergy, I know you are here, but we want to acknowledge you. Can you stand? Most of those, or all of those people are my friends. Then the Samchi team, I know you are here, but we want to acknowledge you. The Samchi team, can they stand? I want to say one special thing, and I want Jero to raise his hand. Don't sit, I have not given you permission to sit. The Samchi team, I request Dr. Muchemi to stand with the Samchi team. I want to say something about this team because they have been exemplary in this team has not only taken our students for internship, they have given them jobs. So we need to acknowledge that team. And we love the passion of this team because they're very coherent, like Zetech University. You can take a seat. I want to ask the members of the presidential panel for selection of TSC to rise, because I know some of them are here. The panel team that we are working with, we acknowledge Mzee Ng'ang'a. Can we, the former Secretary General of NAT, he was very tough. So thank you very much. Then may I request all the council members to stand? We acknowledge you. All council members. Those are the people who make my life very easy. They tell me what to do, where to go, and where not to go. Can we clap for them? And I think I'll take, for this ones, I'll request that I mention their names and they raise their hands so that you know them. Mr. Muhoho, Mongai Muhoho, Margaret Ketonga, Professor Alfred Mutema, and Dr. Kosura, and the chair, Hassan Muhammad. Thank you. I want to request the board of the BOT to stand, members of the BOT to stand. And I will request the chairman to come and introduce the members of BOT, kindly. Because they are my employer. You see, I might lose my job after this. Okay. So I'm told he's the only one who is here, Mr. Bernard Budi. And thank you, Chair. We have FinTech and Santech employees. Can they stand? FinTech. And can we acknowledge them? Thank you. I want to acknowledge the CIC group. The CIC group, please. The CIC group, can we clap for them? Those are our partners. They ensure that our properties are safe. The service provider, security team, the team which gives security to the university. Can they stand? Can we acknowledge them? And lastly, all friends of Zetech University. Can anybody who did not fall in any of the other categories stand, please? Who is our chief guest, Mr. Karaoke Ngari. Can we clap for him? Now that everybody has been acknowledged, I will say all protocols of that. Acknowledge everybody who is recognized. I take this opportunity to thank God for His grace and mercy in giving us this beautiful day as we celebrate the graduating class of 2019. Congratulations, class of 2019. May I request the 2019 class to all. Now, can you turn to where your teachers are and tell them, thank you very much for teaching us. I think it is always honorable to give thanks. We can take our seats. Madam Chancellor, and our chief guests. Today's graduation is the first to award an honorary degree, and the recipient in the business and entrepreneurship is no other than Esther Wanjiru Muchemi for her exemplary work as an entrepreneur and outstanding leader in the country. Hongera sana, Dr. Muchemi. This was a great honor for you to accept from us. My first meeting with you left an indelible mark in my mind due to your emphasis of wealth with morality in a nation where wealth, regardless of its source, is worshipped. It is refreshing to know that we still have men and women who value and practice honesty. It is my wish and hope that Kenyans of all walks of life can emulate you and transform our country from the yoke of corruption for quick gain that is eating into the deep fabric of our nation, threatening its survival. This is the deep essence of this recognition of your honoris causa. In the last 1 year, the university has made advancement in different areas. We have introduced 3 bachelor degree programs: Bachelor of Education Arts, Bachelor of Commerce, and Bachelor of International Relations and Diplomacy. And we want to appreciate the Commission for University Education for supporting us in this venture. This year, we created an innovation hub in this university and started a mentorship program for our students to excel in ICT. We held a successful conference themed Role of Public and Private Sector in Advancing Kenya's Sustainability Agenda. Our gents and ladies football team emerged as the best teams in the KUSA Games. Our drama teams won 6 trophies in the universities and colleges drama festivals that were held in Kebabi. Out of 10 prizes, 6 came to Zetech University. We have organized engagement with the students and staff, with the public, as well as in the diplomatic areas. And we have had 2 talks by Esther Muchemi, now Dr. Muchemi. The Israeli ambassador gave a wonderful talk to our students, His Excellency Eyal David. The CEO of Saiton, through the council member Dr. Kosure, came and talked to our students. That is Mr. John Dande. And we had a wonderful talk with ICT students from a Professor Mwachozi from Harvard University. Today, graduation features 15 graduates, and this is important, 15 graduates who have completed their course at a sports scholarship of Zetech University. 4 players in our latest football team received call to become part of the national team, Harambee Starlets. Those are the students in Zetech University. This year, the population of the university has grown by 28%, and I would particularly want to thank the marketing team and the Kenyan people for the confidence and trust they have given us. During this time, the Kenya government gave us one of the highest numbers of students, 1,063. And of those, 70% reported, showing confidence in this university. We have working MOUs with Samchi Group, Brighter Monday, Powermax, and Brighter Monday has agreed to be the sponsors of Zetech Titans for the next 2 years. Powermax Limited, Specific Talent, EcoDash Power Solutions, KNCCI, Kennet, Rainbow Resort, and the Kenya Football Welfare Association. We have continued training, corporate training, with NITA, and this is under the project of Kenya Youth Employment Project. We have trained over 2,864 KDF officers and trained over 77 prison people, combining both officers as well as the customers in the prison services. We have also trained for ICRISAT in Advanced Excel. This university received a donation from Huawei company, and this, together with donations from partners from Care of Computers, formed part of the hub. Can we clap for those 2 people for the generous donation? This university received mobility equipment from Partners for Care, which it donated to people living with disability in Roiro. And it is important to remember that other than just teaching, we must serve community in other areas. To improve the learning environment, we have increased the number of computers, fitted learning rooms with LCDs, and acquired a new ERP. And we have also replaced many places of the main building with roofing material to minimize flooding. As we prepare to move this university to Mangu, we want to appreciate our partners, Barclays Bank, and other people who are helping us in the process. We acquired the maize, and it is here in front of you. We acquired the seal and the 3D logo, which are necessary for us to acquire the charter. 14 trainings were done for staff, and we reviewed HR policies which the council approved. This university got recertification, ISO recertification, because we are found to be working with the QMS as we had stated in our agreement. We have tried to maintain a clean working environment, and it is our hope that the service providers will keep it up and ensure that Zetech University becomes the best example of a clean and a decently kept environment. The council have held regular meetings and council subcommittee meetings, and we can't thank you enough, the council, for the guidance you have continued to give this university. All this have been possible because of the cooperation of all people who are concerned. Madam Chancellor, human beings are in constant change, right from Stone Age to our information technology age. People who are not ready for disruptions and quick adjustments are left behind, and their civilizations form part of the history. That's why we read about Timbuktu, read about the Harare, Mwanamtapa, and the rest. Because there were civilizations that did not adjust. That's why we are also reading about the Roman Empire, and it is not there. Today, we are in a quick age of transformation. And that's why the start of the Innovation Hub is to prepare Zetech University students to adjust. And I want, as an old man, to give a little story, because old men are known for stories. In the 60s, Kenya had very few dairy cows. And Dr. Kai can attest to that. Most of us had those zebu cows that used to produce 1 cup of milk, and they are competing with the calf. And you could only fill the quarter liter of milk. And the government embarked on AI program, and many who are doubtful that a tube full of semen can make a cow pregnant maintained their bulls. So as everybody was increasing the amount of milk, they continue reaping their small amount of milk. We must remember that modern medicine replaced witchcraft, and people no longer die because there are no stones that are being thrown in a gourd. Landlines have been replaced by mobile phones, and robots have replaced humans in industries. Cameras are in your mobile phones, and internet has replaced the landline. Uber has replaced the conventional taxis. And internet banking and ATMs are replacing the tellers in the bank. Tomorrow, which is today in many aspects in developed countries, and even here, electric cars are replacing petrol cars, mechanical problems are being detected by machines and robots are serving people in hotels, not human beings. Artificial intelligence has made it possible for computers to beat men in some games, An IBM Watson gives better legal advice at 90% accuracy than a lawyer. This is just a program. Watson diagnosis is 4 times more accurate in cancer diagnosis than the best surgeons. And biomarkers are now being used to detect TB and other diseases using rats and dogs. As we talk, a tricorder that has been developed through artificial intelligence will be able to detect over 50 diseases very soon. It will be launched this year. It therefore behoves our students to ask themselves the relevance of what they are learning. And that's why we believe Zetech want to grow to become the Harvard of the world. So that when you come here, you go out as a global currency. A person who carries the global currency called knowledge. Innovation costs a lot of money. And I want to address Honorable Mheshimiwa. I'll give you a chance after I finish to say 1 or 2 things. But as you come, I would want to make this observation. One of our biggest inhibition of availability, of using available information, which is in the World Wide Web, is the high cost of internet services in this country. And we would want to request that as an honorable member of parliament, that you sponsor a motion in parliament to lobby for provision of free internet services in running institutions. I believe this will help the youth of this country to use their knowledge and allow them to use internet without having to use a lot of money. And I'm sure my colleagues who are in the universities know that the amount of money we pay per month for service internet provision can be used for other things if the government can support us in this endeavor. The closure of one scene, Madam Chancellor and our chief guests, ladies and gentlemen, the closure of one scene marks the opening of another. And my dear graduates, I am sure the excitement you feel today overshadows the difficulties you have encountered along the way. In the first book of Timothy 4:12, young people are encouraged to be outstanding. Do not let anyone think less of you because you are young. Be an example to everyone in what you say, in the way you live, in your love, your faith, and your purity. We have nurtured you, our graduates, as ethical, talented, committed, excellent, service-oriented professionals, innovative and team players to serve humanity as espoused in our core values. My dear graduates, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. Pursue your dreams with passion, guided by these values, and success will most likely come your way. You shall be able to handle any adversity that may also come, because life has never promised anyone that it will be smooth. But if you find a disappointment, you'll be able to wake up if you have those right values. I encourage all who have passed in Zetech for their certificates and diploma to progress to the next level, and those with degrees to proceed with their higher degrees. I appreciate each one of you for joining us in today's graduation, especially our Chancellor and the chief guest, and our first recipient of honoris causa. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord turn his face to you and give you peace. It is now my very humble pleasure to welcome Honorable MP for Mala, to say one or two words before I invite the next speaker. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Thanks so much, Professor Monene. The Zetech University Chancellor, Professor Susan Kinyangi. The guest of honor, Mr. Karyuki Ngari, who is the CEO and MD of Standard Chartered Bank. The Chairman, Board of Trustees, Engineer Ken Biuki, the Chairman of the University Council, Mr. Mohamed Hassan, the members of the University Council, the Zetech University Vice Chancellor, Professor Njenga Munene, members of the University Management Board, the Zetech University staff and student, staff, graduates, parents and guardians, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Before I proceed, our chief guest, allow me to introduce my wife who is here, otherwise I may be locked out of our bedroom. Yes, Janice Biuki. At least I'm safe that I may continue being in that bedroom. On the very onset, I want to take this opportunity to congratulate Dr. Esther Musemi on your award of Doctor of Business Administration and Entrepreneurship. Today, it has been my great honor to meet this gracious lady who took advantage or who was able to grab the opportunity with when Safaricom started its business in this country. And since that particular time, we have seen a leadership business grow and also be able to venture in other sectors. So, Madam Dr. Esther, congratulations, and we want to wish you all the very best. Ladies and gentlemen, I am glad I'm glad to join this wonderful congregation as we celebrate this exceptional achievement. Through the hard work, dedication, and perseverance of the graduating class of 2019, we have the reason to come together and appreciate the important role of education in our society. And as I stand here, I want to take the challenge from Professor Monene that indeed the government needs to go out of its way and provide internet services in all our institutions. And for this one, I want to make an undertaking on behalf of these graduates who are seated here today and on behalf of...
Can we kindly give the Mheshimiwa time to talk? He's talking about supporting us in you getting free internet, and some of you are still talking. Kindly, can we respect
maybe
the office?
they are outgoing, but they will also be able to proceed in these institutions. But what I want to say is that as the Member of Parliament for Mala constituency in Tharaka-Nithi County, I want to make an undertaking that I'm going to sponsor a motion so that the government of Kenya will be able to provide the free internet services in all our institutions. And subsequently, be able to sponsor members' private bill so that it can be anchored in law. Sometimes motions may be passed, but they may not be implemented. You can only be able to implement the bills which have been passed in the House. Therefore, I want to make that undertaking as an obligation to these students and the entire congregation. I take this opportunity to appreciate our partners, colleagues, friends, and parents, faculty and students for playing their part in shaping the future of these graduates. Remember, it is said that service is the rent you pay for the space you occupy on this earth. Ladies and gentlemen, education plays a major role in the growth and progress of any society. It is a component that greatly contributes to the advancement of any culture. Every Kenyan citizen who is educated and graduated is expected to use their knowledge, skills, and network in their field of art, literature, science, technology, and government. Through this, we can confidently endeavor to be a well-rounded community that advocate and support sustainable development programs. Madam Chancellor, I would like to congratulate Zetech University on its commitment to this country as a provider of accessible, quality education to Kenyans. Moreover, I urge you to continue investing in impactful community empowerment programs that uplift the lives all of our country. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to appreciate the educated and skilled groups of graduates who have been trained to generate life-changing innovations. This is the area we must continue to grow with the likes of Anthony Modongo, a computer engineering student who invented the smart cane, which has efficiently been able to help the visually impaired members of the society to navigate in their paths. To our graduates here today, Nelson Mandela said, education is the most powerful tool you can use to change this world. Let us uphold every lesson and experience we have gained at Zetech University and use it to positively impact on our communities. At this juncture, I want to take the opportunity once again to congratulate you all and be able to welcome you to the job market and wish you all the very best. This is the journey which you are commencing today, and I believe the sky is not the limit, and no human, as we heard from Keep, is limited. So with those few remarks, I want to wish you all the very best and congratulations. Asante sana.
I wish to acknowledge the presence of Ben Waweru, the Registrar Academic Affairs, University of Nairobi. Let's give him a clap. The representative of Vice Chancellor of Puea, Mainya Maserera. Can we give him a clap? I also want to acknowledge the presence of KCB Bank. The team from KCB, can we clap for them? We want to give a hand to I&M Bank. And we also want to acknowledge and appraise the presence of the Nation Group. Can we give them a hand? It is now my humble duty to welcome the chairman of the University Council to address the gathering and invite the chairman of BOT. Thank you.
The University Chancellor, Professor Susan Alfano, the guest of honor, Kariuki Ngare, CEO at MD Standard Chartered, Chairman of the Board of Trustees, Engineer Ken Mbuki, members of the Council, Vice Chancellor, Professor Njenga Munene, University Senate, Mheshimiwa Kaleke Mbuki, graduates, all protocols observed. Good morning. It is with great humility that I stand in front of you as the chairman of the university. Welcome to you the celebration of the academic achievements degrees and the award of diplomas in our 2019 convocation. This is a turning point in your life. On behalf of the council and the entire congregation, congratulations again. Ladies and gentlemen, this occasion provides an opportunity for us to pause and do a bit of introspection, to reflect on the rich history that surrounds the university. The development and the growth is incredible as we venture into becoming one of the best universities in the world. Through quality training excellent leadership and absolute engagement with staff and students. Madam Chancellor, graduation ceremony in this university forms a part of our key mandate. The university shall continue to play a pivotal role in advancing the frontiers of knowledge in our country and beyond by providing first-class learning and research facility for our students. And indeed, Mheshimiwa, thank you very much. The issue of saying that you are going to support a bill, a private member's bill to do the request that the Vice Chancellor has done, because research in the future will use a lot of internet technology. This shall make this institution so inavailable that all of us will commit to protect its integrity, as we should with all other institutions of state and collaborations and collaborators. We pledge to the university's mission of offering quality education to the students, generate knowledge for national and global knowledge economy. Our graduates, this is a call to the new graduates to join the crusade in upholding and jealously guarding the image of the university. Do not forget that there are many graduates out there. We have trained you to go and impart knowledge and skills to your communities and to improve livelihoods. Indeed, knowledge is something that you do not have less of by sharing. I conclude to express my appreciation for the good work done by everyone across all spectrums of the university staff in the face of the challenging circumstances that have been experienced in the education sector in Kenya. I am grateful to our Chancellor, the Council, the Vice Chancellor, the Senate, and the entire Management Board for steering the team in our endeavor to provide quality and relevant training to thousands of students in Kenya and beyond. I also wish to congratulate our first recipient of honorary degree in business and entrepreneurship, Madam Muchemi, and I urge her to continue impacting the world through entrepreneurship. As we continue to offer guidance as Council, we look forward to celebrating many more graduation ceremonies. Thank you very much. It's now my pleasure to introduce the Chairman of the Board of Trustees, Engineer Ken Buki.
The Chancellor, Zetech University, Professor Susan Alfano Kinyangi, our chief guests of honor, Mr. Kariuki Ngare, CEO and MD Standard Chartered Bank, Chairman, Zetech University Council, Mr. Mohamed Hassan, staff and students, parents and guardians, and distinguished guests, good morning. I am pleased to congratulate you all, the graduating students, for the hard work and the commitment to excel that has enabled us to hold today. We are proud of your achievement and we are proud to release the world. I take this opportunity to thank everyone for your contribution in each of these grand ones' lives. Without you, today's ceremony would not be possible. Madam Chancellor, on behalf of the Board of Trustees, I wish to convey my plan and the Council Charter through our investment and collaboration with our world-class institution. Additionally, I want to recognize industry stakeholders, including the Ministry of Education, Commission for University Education, Kenya Universities and Colleges Placement Services, Higher Education Loans Board, the University Funding Board, Technical Vocational Education Training Authority, and the National Qualification Authority, as well as all our valued partners for supporting Zetech University. We look forward to your continued support. Ladies and gentlemen, the Board of Trustees has increased focus on acquisition of our charter and will work with our stakeholders as we work to achieve this. We look forward to working with all stakeholders, including the elected. This is how Zetech. I urge all of you to take advantage of the knowledge you have received today and increase opportunity for innovation and set yourself apart from the rest. And a prosperous new year ahead. Thank you very much and be blessed. Thank you. I'll take this opportunity now to welcome our Chancellor, Professor Susan Alfano Kinyangi.
Our chief guest, CEO and MD of Standard Chartered Bank, Mr. Karyuki Ngari, Chairman, Zetech University Board of Trustees, Chairman, Zetech University Council, members of Zetech University Council, Vice Chancellor, Zetech University, members of Zetech University Senate, members of Zetech University Management Board, Zetech University staff and students, parents and families. Congratulations, graduates. I'm very happy to be part of the third graduation ceremony of Zetech University. As your Chancellor, I have the honor of awarding your degrees and diplomas. You have studied, learned, and worked hard. Today, you're being recognized for your academic achievement. Let's not forget your parents and families that have given you the gift of education and the exceptional opportunity to be part of the Zetech community. This is your day for celebration. It's also your time for reflection on where you go from here. Zetech University has sparked your curiosity, and we hope inspired each of you with a love of learning. Where you go from here depends on how determined you are to invent your future. I commend the Vice Chancellor and members of the university leadership, management, faculty, and all Zetech staff and your collective commitment to learning and scholarship, research and innovation, civic engagement, and participation. Graduates, Zetech has offered you a very special place to think, study, and learn. You have been coached and mentored to help you become fearless in your efforts to achieve more and find your way to connect learning and life. You've been challenged to think critically and engage in problem solving, to communicate effectively and work collaboratively. This is a very powerful way to learn. Zetech has provided you an intellectual foundation for your future learning. We want you to excel at managing your lives and careers. It is our hope and expectation that you will become an avid, lifelong learner, dedicated to the common good and development of this country. Our chief guest, Mr. Karyuki Ngari, it's a great honor to have you with us today. This year, we've chosen to focus the theme of our graduation on industry partnership, entrepreneurship, and employability. In today's highly accelerated world of technology, business, and industry. As a leader in the business world, we're eager to hear your story, lessons you have learned, challenges you have faced. We welcome your words of wisdom for our graduating class. To stay ahead in these times of dynamic change, and advance your professional career and personal life, you absolutely need to keep learning. I hope you're all hearing me. Zetech is an important milestone in your lifetime of learning. There's no better place and time than today to reflect on the possibilities and set your goals for your ongoing education. Those receiving diplomas and certificates should be thinking about moving on to degree programs. Those who receive their degrees should be thinking about their professional career plan and means to get support with career and job prospects. You are indeed a lucky generation to have opportunities at your fingertips that those of previous generations never had. Today's online technologies make it possible for anyone, anywhere, with an internet connection to access some of the world's best instructors and universities. You can transform your life and learn something new anytime from world-class universities and businesses. All you need is the internet and a strong motivation and commitment to learn. The world is full of entrepreneurs with potentially innovative business ideas. What these entrepreneurial spirited people need is the right skill set to chart their way, stay on track, and grow their business. We heard how Dr. Esther Muchemi, our honorary degree recipient, navigated herself from a small business owner in the telecommunication industry to CEO of Samchi Group of Companies. This was not by chance. Dr. Muchemi harmoniously integrated her lifelong learning and professional experience and put her ideas into action. Graduates, you have limitless possibilities. With determination and a love of learning, you can choose from a wide range of professional education programs delivered through a variety of channels. You can continue to learn on ground in the classroom, as you have done at Zetech. You can learn online, or you can learn through a combination of both. You can earn credentials, both that stand alone or that can build into degrees. You can go to an online tech boot camp to accelerate learning and skill development in such areas as coding, data analytics, cloud computing, and in many other high-demand areas in the tech industry. You can engage in rigorous, flexible programs that are customized for your career advancement and professional development. Ladies and gentlemen, Albert Einstein once said, "Education is not learning facts, but the training of the mind to think." We challenge our graduates to be among the next dedicated to applying one's knowledge and skills in the public interest. Let us now thank everyone. Let us thank the Vice Chancellor, university leadership, management, faculty, and all the staff of Zetech University. And let us thank again your parents and families who have supported you along the way with their gift of education. Congratulations, soon to be graduates of Zetech University.
Hello, everybody. My name is Vagn Jonsen. I'm a Danish judge working at the UN tribunal in Arusha. I was the last president of the ICTR, and now I'm working for the new residual mechanism, which combines the two tribunals. I'm here today because I sponsored one of you, and I was invited to attend this event. I come from a country, Denmark, which is very informal. I got my law degree. I received it by mail. I think it was a printout of some system. And this is something very, very different. I sort of envy you. I congratulate all of you and wish you a very happy day and a very happy future. Thank you.
Johnson was the president of the International Court in Arusha that was trying people who committed genocide. He works for the International Court in Hague. Sometimes I get a little difficulty in introducing his name because it has some, I'm a Bantu, so when I have a G following a Y, I'm not quite sure how to pronounce it. Madam, but he has sponsored one of our students who has got a very nice job. So graduates, there is a lot of hope. Madam.
Okay, now I have the pleasure of introducing our guest speaker. Kariuki is a financial and banking superstar. We're happy to have him with you and share his experience and give you some advice on your future. His career as a banker has extended over 28 years. He's been in retail banking, and he's spread his experience over Standard Chartered Bank and Barclays Bank. He earned his recognition by successfully transforming the consumer banking divisions of Standard Chartered Bank in Kenya and the Africa region. He is a seasoned financial professional, and he's held various senior positions in leadership across the industry. Prior to his role, he was global head retail distribution for Standard Chartered Bank in Singapore. While there, he was instrumental in formulating global strategies for the future of retail business, voice, and virtual channels. Prior to his global role, Kariuki was regional head of the Retail Clients Africa between 2013 and 2015, and the executive director of Kenya and East Africa from 2009 to 2013. He's held senior positions in Barclays Bank, and he's married with 2 children, enjoys farming, and has active involvement in community affairs. I can think of no one better today to address you and give you some good words of wisdom.
Good morning. Good morning. I know I have a challenge that I have to compete for your attention with your mobile phones and all the other gadgets that you hold. So let's see how we do it. The Chancellor, Zetech University, Professor Susan Alfano, Chair, Board of Trustees, Engineer Ken Mbiuki, and Trustees present. Chair of the University Council, Mr. Mohammed Hassan, and Council members present. The Vice Chancellor of Zetech University, Professor Njenga Monene, University Management Board and Senate, the staff of Zetech University, distinguished guests, our honored graduates, parents, and guardians of our honored graduates, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is with great honor that I speak to you today on the 3rd graduation ceremony of Zetech University, where more than 1,600 of you brilliant minds will be graduating with various degrees and diplomas. I was honestly quite excited when Professor Jenga asked me to preside over this graduation ceremony. This is because there is no place rife with potential and promise like a university or a college. I strongly believe that it is our duty to share our experiences with young minds as you start preparation to join the world of work and start making meaningful contribution to your country and indeed the whole world. At Standard Chartered, we have a big focus on employability, education, and entrepreneurship. And it's an area that we want to play a big role. So for me, being invited and to participate as a chief guest I naturally said yes, because it's very much in line with what we want to promote at Standard Chartered. The theme of this year's graduation is leveraging on industry, partnerships for innovation, entrepreneurship, and graduate employability. This is a very fitting theme, and I wish to congratulate your University Council for coming up with such a relevant and apt theme for this topic. Innovation is what has kept humans on top of the food chain for so long. And partnering with like-minded industries and people is a new fuel in today's world. So well done. When I was going to speak to you today, I asked myself, what would I have liked to hear during my graduation from the University of Nairobi back in 1990? By the way, some things have remained the same when I compare my graduation to your graduation. It was wet and it was raining. That's fast. The gowns, they all look similar. There was excitement in the air. I've seen a lot of excitement in your faces. I can see excitement outside. But also there was suspense on what next. I can still remember that feeling, what next? Especially when the president said, that's the Chancellor then, President Daniel Arap Moi said, go and do what pertains to this degree. I now give you the power to read. I'll never forget that moment. Secondly, what lessons and experiences have I learned to date that I can share with you as much as you launch into your careers? Many answers came to mind, but I'll stick to a few which I believe will help you set your sail and achieve more success in the world as I have. First off, congratulations on this fantastic achievement. Graduating with either a degree or diploma is a major achievement and you should be very proud. Let me also take this opportunity to commend Esther Moshemi, who's been a long-time friend of mine and who is now reminding me now that she's a doctor. So to commend Dr. Esther Moshemi for honoris causa that the university has awarded you. This is an excellent recognition in the journey that you have traveled. And I am confident this recognition will inspire thousands of people, some of whom are sitting here today, to follow in your footsteps. To you, honored graduates, this is now the beginning of another phase of your life, and you have attained the basics to make something out of it. My first tip is to always have a positive outlook to life. In today's world, it is very easy to become pessimistic with all the negative news around us. Sometimes it might feel that the world is coming to a quick end and all around us is gloom. Fellow graduates, relax. I will surprise you with a few statistics and data points. Professor Noah Yuval Harari, in his book Homo Deus, states a few interesting facts, and I'll paraphrase them for you. For the first time in history, more people die today from eating too much than from eating too little. More people die from old age than from infectious diseases. We have doubled life expectancy from 40 years to 70 years and are likely to double this further within the 21st century. Life expectancy is at the highest it has ever been. A child born in Kenya today or this week is likely to be alive in 2119. That is 100 years from today. We are more educated than ever, and childhood mortality has plummeted and is at an all-time low of 5% compared to 33% in the early 20th century. The world today has the lowest number of people living in absolute poverty. And despite a few hotspots globally, the world is mostly at peace with very few wars taking place. Human violence cost 1% of all deaths human violence causes 1% of all deaths in the 21st century compared to 15% in the early agricultural society. In our own continent, Africa, we have never been as peaceful. In a nutshell, it is a wonderful time to be alive. Yet watching and reading news, it feels very different. My advice to you, therefore, is to deliberately focus on the positive side of life, because this way, you will have more stamina to change the world and be part of providing solutions. Potential employers and customers, if you go into entrepreneurship, like people who are positive and have a sunny outlook to life. Nobody is interested in doomsayers and other such people. So be careful with the company you keep, avoid negative people like a plague, and keep smiling no matter how dark the night is. for the world has a way of rewarding positive people. Strive to be the one in the room who steers conversations to positive stories. I am one such person. Second, you'll be making lots of decisions going forward. Up until now, a significant number of your decisions in your life have been made by either your parents or your lecturers or your teachers. An invaluable tip I was given many years ago when I was starting in life and had a job dilemma about which job to take. One bank was offering me a lot of money, but the institution was not as strong as the one which was offering me a lot less money. I met with my mentor and explained the dilemma on what seemed a significant and difficult choice. He responded by asking me a question. In 5 years' time, which CV will look better? Do not make your decision based on today, but on 5 years out. This, ladies and gentlemen and graduates, has been one of the most profound and impactful pieces of advice I have ever been given. It is not about the pay or how interesting the job is today when you get the offer, but what will you learn in 5 years' time, and how will this contribute to my long-term goals? This philosophy has guided me in my career choices and in my choice of a life partner. Never let money or the excitement of what might feel like love be the sole determinant. Life, fellow graduates, ladies and gentlemen, is a marathon. It's not a sprint. Third, having identified your long-term path, employ resilience and stay the course. A famous African proverb states, there are no shortcuts to the top of the palm tree. Becoming successful in your craft takes time and resilience. It has taken Esther, who has been honored today, many years to build a successful business. It took Eliud Kipchoge more than 8 years of hard work to become the first human to finish a marathon in under 2 hours. Eliud has been running competitively for more than 15 years. I have taken more than 28 years to get where I am today. There will be setbacks and challenges. Most times, you will feel like giving up, but you must stay the course. My advice to you is to choose your craft and stay the course despite the challenges. Fourth, we live in a fast-paced world, and technology is disrupting every industry. If you are to be successful in your craft and make a mark in your trade, you must know what is happening around you. Invest your time to reading and keep learning. Personally, I have purposed to read 2 books a month to stay informed and to learn how the world is changing. In today's era, it is easy to be distracted, spending your time on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and reading or watching what I call useless forwards. Create the time to read by investing in good books and stay current. This has continued to help me in my life. We are living in an age of lifelong learning, where you will need to reinvent yourself again and again. Stay curious and be fully aware of what is happening around you. Change, fellow graduates, ladies and gentlemen, will be the only constant in the world you're stepping out to. Fifth, and quite important, because I've had this theme today, seek to be honest and to do good. In today's world, it is easy to fall for the shortcuts to life, opting for quick riches without any work, looking for people to take advantage of, or looking for people to take care of you and your lifestyle, or wanting to be the next big thief. This kind of life won't get you very far. It might give you glory and happiness, but only temporarily and fleetingly so. This country, and indeed this world, is in need of honest, good men and women. Purpose to be one of those. Finally, seek mentorship. Have someone who can help you navigate through life. Someone who genuinely cares about you and has no other interest in you but the best for you. Nothing beats guidance from people who have gone ahead of you. They help you navigate landmines to get you where you're going faster. I would not be where I am today were it not for the keen guidance of mentors throughout my career and my life. My address not only goes to the graduates, but also to the leaders, educators, and guardians present today. Your work in preparing these graduates is commendable, but I urge you not to stop here. We go to school to learn how to solve societal problems. One of the ways of doing this successfully is by encouraging linkages and collaboration with other universities, entrepreneurs, and corporates. I am quite happy the university reached out to me to be part of your celebrations and has gone further to award one of the seasoned entrepreneurs in Kenya for the work she continues to do. This is a step in the right direction and must be commended. The question we must continually ask ourselves is, what more can we do? Can the solutions for solving Africa's poverty or sustainably solving food and nutrition challenge in our continent come from this institution? The question is, why not? What help can you provide to Kenya in meeting its sustainable development goals targets? Universities like this one must be at the forefront in providing sustainable solutions for achieving this goal. Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot finish my address without congratulating this institution for the work put in to ensure continued growth since inception in 1997. Your hard work under the leadership of Professor Njenga Munene has caused this institution to achieve university status and is quite commendable. I know the team is working to ensure that Zetech University is accredited by 2022. I wish you the very best, and I look forward to celebrating this great milestone with you. Dear graduates, the world beckons. Step out with pride and seize the moment to make the difference. I wish you the very best. Asante sana.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ngari, for those wise words of wisdom. I'm sure all the graduates have been able to learn something and have been able to take away something from that very, very insightful speech. We now move to the next category where we will award the outstanding students of the year and also from the graduating class of 2019. I will start by reading the names of all the recipients of the various awardees, and I'll request them to line up as we had identified yesterday, so to be able to move very, very fast in terms of doing the presentation of the awards. We will do this in reverse order in terms of what we read out yesterday. So we are starting with the coach of the year, Bernard Kitolo, Ian Adair, Bob Kinzouma, Farah Yusuf, Raha Boatare, Ken Wafula, Ledisha Lagat, a representative of the Zuka Club, Zetech University Knowledge Ambassadors, Louis Rebecca Paulette, John Macau Munyao, Mary Wamboi Mugo, Joan Mudhoni Mwangi, Okello Kevin Buibo, Caroline Gadoni, Rogers Mushirima, Wamboi Charlene Wanjiru, Kaindi Karen Jelagat, Esther Jackson Wilson, Hannah Wanjiru Njoroge, Emmanuel Silan Thea, and Juguna Elizabeth Wanjiru. So at this point, I will invite the organization awarding our coach of the year. I'll invite the representative from Bright Amande, Victor Achar, and a member of council, Mr. Mohoho, to come and do the award on our behalf. So Coach Kitolo is the head coach of the university soccer team that has obliterated all the competition. I hear Arsenal and Manchester are looking for his services. Congratulations, Coach Kitolo. The next award is, I'll request Mr. Mho to stay behind. The next award is for the team of the year, and it's our university rugby team, Zetech Oaks. And I'll also invite Lydia from Barclays Bank to come and give this award. This award is kindly sponsored by Barclays Bank. We have Lydia or Edith. For the next award, I'll invite Dr. Kosure and Dr. Kosure and the Dean of Students to present the award. This is for the Zetech University ambassadors. Are they present? Zuka Club. So we'll have the Dean of Students. This award is sponsored Kaka Empire. And the Dean of Students has an ambition in music, so we'll allow him to represent Kaka Empire. So the Zetech University Knowledge Ambassadors have been aggressive in terms of creating a Edith of Barclays Bank again to give the award for the sports person of the year, the ladies, who is Ledisha Lagat, a basketballer. Congratulations. Next we have Ken Wafula. I'll invite Judith from from KCB Bank. Dr. Sure, kindly remind, okay, we can give the next prize. Kindly remain for the last prize. Judith from KCB Group. We do that, I'll invite Duncan Budia from So thank you so much to the KCB Bank for sponsoring the award. Thank you so much, Dr. Kosure. Is Rahab Watare. I've invited Duncan from his award. And Rahab is the Vice Chancellor. She would give a distinction. So we return to the Vice Chancellor to be present.
I just want to tell the boys this is a good girl to marry. I challenged her to ensure she gets a distinction, and she did exactly that. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Our next recipient is Farah Yusuf. Yes. Farah Yusuf, and I request Honorable Kareke Mbiuki to come and award together with Hadija Mutua from Royal Media. There is no one in politics who hates being far from a journalist. So Farah is one of the best we have as journalists, and congratulations, Farah. Thank you so much. The next we have is the best student in Diploma in Information Technology, Style Line Designers. I invite the DVC to come and also be present as we give this award. Our representative from Style Line is not there, so the DVC will represent Style Line Designers. Otieno Bob Kings Ouma, who also achieved a distinction in the Diploma in Information Technology. As we do that, I'll invite Professor Mutema to come to the front. Professor Mutema, front. The next award is for the best student in deep food and science. I don't know where from your just let's go ahead and present. Luis Rebecca, come to the front. So we'll present half of Euro Corporate. Congratulations. Well, congratulations and thank you. Any representative from Bobby Security, Kilu, Joseph? I invite John Macau Munyao to take the best student in diploma in counseling and psychology. Sorry. I leave the Students Association to come and represent the student who could not make it for the event today. The chairperson of the Students' Union, kindly come and receive the award on her behalf. Executive Director of Finance, Gabriel Jaramba from Nation Media Group to come and present the next award. And the next award is for the best student in communication and media studies. Public Relations Option, Mary Wambui Mogo. Congratulations, Mary. As she comes to the front, I invite Joan Modoni Mwangi, Asta Gadoro, who has been reaching out to was the lady who has done the amazing job as far as the lovely tent and decor that we can see today. So for Joan Modoni Mwangi, Executive Finance request is for John Modani Mwangi, Department of Hospitality and Tourism, who also achieved the distinction. In the meantime, I request Jack, Joseph, not your Jack Ishara, to kindly make his way to the front. Congratulations, Madam Win. I request to see you stay behind. I still have one more award for you to present. Best in diploma in accounting and finance, and the other by Jack Insurance, and the CEO Jack Insurance is here. Meanwhile, I request one credit director after giving a way to front and also for the officer, Madam Blessed Bull. And the next award is for the best student in the diploma in banking and finance, who also achieved a distinction, and this award is sponsored by Barclays Bank. Caroline Gadoni. The best student in banking and finance. Between the two chief operating officers, I hope you have a job of being the best. Thank you. Excellent service for the best student in business information technology. Brothers Mushiru. I'd like to request the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Deputy Vice Chancellor, kindly present this award on behalf of Open Data. We have a representative from Open Data. A representative from Data. Request the Deputy Vice Chancellor to present on behalf. In the meantime, I will request member of government to make it a way to the front. And the next award is for the best student in the degree of service management. And I request present also sorry, Mr. Bundi. Can you come to the front and present his award? So the best student, the best student, management of our class, and the first class. I request Karim Sali of Buying Bank to make our way to the front. And we had another that was usually on the has done Shemi. This award for the best student in the purchasing and supplies degree because has achieved the first class honors, and that is kind of